Thanks for being here, sir. The chair calls Jonathan Saenz. Jonathan, I have you here on behalf of Texas Values and yourself registered for the bill. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, my name is Jonathan Saenz. I'm president and attorney for Texas Values. Texas Values is the largest faith and family nonprofit law and policy organization in the state of Texas. We have supporters in all 254 counties of the state. Myself, I've been licensed to practice law in the state of Texas for almost 20 years. In fact, the work that I've done over my career has almost completely been related to defending religious liberty, not only in the legislature, but in state courts, in federal courts, in cases all the way up at the U.S. Supreme Court. And furthermore, some of the subject matter that relates in some of those cases is the exact same subject matter that motivated the American Bar Association to come up with its rule. So if we don't have protections like we have with House Bill 2846, which I'm testifying in favor of, it may make it difficult or almost impossible for lawyers like myself to continue to practice, or there would be a lot of more scrutiny on them as we see this issue moving through the State Bar Association. Now, that may be what some people want. That may be what's motivating this effort by the American Bar Association and others, but that's not right. Whether you're on one side or the other, the religious freedom that we have and that it protects with this law should reign supreme. And this issue is not over at the State Bar of Texas. I think it slowed down a little bit a few years ago, but that's likely because this body passed a bill in the Senate and in the House and almost got final passage, through committee, almost got final passage by both chambers. This issue's already moved through the Senate. It has bipartisan support with an almost identical bill from Senator Hughes coming over from the Senate. So we see growing support and concerns. Our Attorney General has spoken on this issue. Kim Paxton has put out an opinion on this issue a few years ago, and he makes the point. He puts the language out there. It's not just about the conduct of lawyers and the practice of law. It goes even further. It goes to what you're doing at your own law firm, your law practice, participating in a bar association. What is that? Having a robust debate about what religious liberty is on issues of sexuality, because we know that's what's been motivating the American Bar Association to change their rule. It goes even further. Business, social activities in connection with the practice of law. I don't know how many conversations, meetings, and robust discussions I've had at my church where people ask me, what is the law on these issues? What do you think it should be? And what's the latest on these type of subject matters? That's what lawyers do. And that's what I've been doing for close to 20 years. Now, some people, again, may want that to end, but that's not a good reason for this bill. Furthermore, the Supreme Court's been very clear about not having professional speech regulated. And as a matter of fact, there was a case that came up in Alaska where there was a law firm that was representing a female facility that was female only. It was a women's shelter. And there was a man that wanted to be in that women's shelter. There was a law firm that represented this shelter because they didn't want to allow that to happen. Well, the lawyer that was a part of that case, and this is a case out of Alaska, and I can give you the citation of this case. The lawyer in that case got a lot of scrutiny over and publicly, and as a result of that, the Anchorage Equal Rights Commission filed charges against his firm because of this type of representation. Now, thankfully, our good friends at First Liberty Institute, which I know you're familiar with, Chairman Leach and other members of this committee, stepped in and got some relief. But that's more of the things that we'll start to see happen. Christian lawyers and other people that hold specific views about issues of sexuality and life that are biblically based, it's not only going to impact their practice of law, it will impact that type of representation in our state if we don't have this type of protection. We've seen these growing concerns at the State Bar of Texas on these issues. It's not a hypothetical. The time now is to act and pass 2846.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Saenz. Members, any questions? Okay, thanks for your time.